Okay, hello. It is the 18th of November 2023, so I think this is the fourth attempt at this poem, but I've got it to a working draft. So what I thought I'd do today for this draft, and this often helps me decide what works or doesn't work, is to set it to music. So come up with a song of some kind. So what I normally do, being a poet before I'm a DIY music producer, performing as the only emperor. Um, I start with a poem, think about whether it might work as lyrics, and adapt it, which I've done on the left here, into very rough verses and choruses and breaks. What I usually find is that the body of the poem can be divided into the verse and the break, especially if it's a narrative, and then sort of you can follow a pattern all the way through a flow. And then the title or the chorus or refrain of some kind might actually come from the for the music, and the lyrics might come from the title or a modified version or snippets of things taken out of it. That's how I usually work. Of course, it depends on the poem, it depends on the music, it depends on the structure that I'm using. There's been a few pieces, probably the minority of them, maybe less than 5% of them, I suppose, when I've set poems to music, where I've just used it as background and just read the poem from beginning to end. Most of the time I do adapt it. So this is what I'm going to try to do today. So my go-to site is looperman.com. Amazing site, really. I mean, it's just a venue where musicians put up loops, just even sometimes just 5-10 seconds loops of guitar or piano or drums or whatever the instrument is, and they're all free to use, which is fantastic. They're always nice to get credits for those people as well. I mean, I think some of them have been used in quite successful, famous tracks. But I find that really just a great site to use. I've used loops from various other places, but I keep coming back to Loopman just because I've got used to its system. I also use Audacity as my DAW, my desktop audio workstation. Is that what it stands for, I think? Or digital audio workstation, whatever it is. I know that people use Logic and GarageBand and things like that, but I'm cheap, so I use the free stuff. Hence Looperman and Audacity. Okay, folks. So, you can start anyway. You can just go to the main website. You can decide on what genre or whatever you like. I've been working through it in terms of like just starting with an electric guitar, just to narrow it down. Otherwise, you're dealing with thousands of things. And at the moment, I'm up to the 29th of May, 2022. So I'm sort of work backwards to present day to see what loops I can get. Only I mean, you could do it any other way. You could start on the main page. You can narrow it down. It doesn't really matter as long as you have some sort of system, I suppose. And this is mine. So I'm going to play something. And what I usually do is have the poem with me and think if the music fits the mood, if it sort of hits the right spot. So this might take a while. I don't know. It depends on how quickly something hits. I might have a few options and then I'll decide on things. What I try to do is pick things with a sort of a common BPM, beats per minute. So 120, for example, would be good. 160, but avoid things like 118, for example, because then it'll be difficult to match things up. Hopefully with a key as well, as opposed to unknown. But I mean, they're only uploaded, so the info might not be exactly right. But it's a great place to start. So I'll shut up and let's get going. That's quite nice. But... okay, I'll keep that, I think, for now. What I usually do is open up another tab, and then that gives me a few options of what I might use. I like that. Don't mind that too much. I'm not sure if I think that's good enough quality recording. I mean, usually it's just things that, you know, I like. See, I think that's quite pleasant. I think I might save that actually for another time. But that feels too slow for this song, for these lyrics. I want something pounding because of the cogs. I love that sort of metallic grating sound. That's quite interesting. Through the coals, I feel better about myself in the new abstract of these modern times. We started on the same day, boots shining, hair slicked back, hands soft. By the end, it's alright, doesn't quite work. I've got my wash and dry, so I need the windows open. We start on the same day, boots shining, hair slicked back, hands soft. By the end of the first shift, we were firm friends. He played at Tinker, and I played as Taylor, the guard observer, the soldiers I bestowed by the spying foreman, and together we ventured through the void down the rabbit hole. That sounded interesting, and that's quick enough, isn't it? So I think I'm going to go for that. Forget the other ones. I'll probably regret closing those now, but anyway. Okay, so what I normally do is then download it into a folder, which I just made. And what I do is just save it as guitar 1, the BPM's 120, and the key, so B minor, and that's saved. Right, so that goes into there. Now, here's the trick. I open up Audacity. So now in some ways, I mean, I still keep the poem in mind. Can I change this to move it around? Yeah, I suppose I'll do that. I can't make it any bigger, but anyway, that'll have to do. So you're missing a bit at the bottom. Well, I mean, that's what the bottom bit looks like. There you go. Happy. That's the top bit. Okay, so let's move my face down here. That'll be even easier. So what I normally do is drag that across. And in some ways, I mean, I keep the poem in mind, but now it's just about me focusing on the actual music to see if it works or not. So the first thing I usually do is generate a rhythm track. I know it's 120 beats, so have that there, quick rhythm track, repeat that. That way I have a sort of a click track, yes, Control R to repeat something, you know, do about 4 minutes. It usually wouldn't end up much more than that. And that way you can also see if the track hopefully at least matches the BPMs. That looks good. Although there's a little bit of a, that's going to be a bit of a jolt there. So let's have that as a fade out. And let's see if the beginning needs that as well. I think that's probably alright, but I'll just do a quick fade in there, just in case. Well, why not? We're all friends here. Okay, so checked if that audio was recording on Audacity, so that works, that's fine. So let's have a listen. Just put the volume up for me. I like that. And there's also kind of a like an incessant, like mechanical beat to it, which is quite good. Let's just limit that a little bit. Maybe at 5. It's probably too much actually, but wait and see. Okay, that's fine. So now what I need to find, obviously, hopefully that's the verse. I might switch it around. If I find different things I like, I might make it the chorus or something like that. So what I normally do is make sure the BPMs are the same, pick the right key, and now I can open it up. It doesn't have to be guitar. So, and drums later on, I'll get rid of the key and just have the beats. So let's see if I can just come up with something interesting in terms of like either a chorus for that as the verse. No. I do like that pad. That's quite good. It's quite spooky. That might actually be quite an interesting verse. So what was that? Was that a pad or that's synth? That might actually work as a verse, and then the guitar as the chorus. I need a really interesting drum beat for that, I think. Too house for me. Bit Moog. That's interesting. It's not my usual kind of stuff, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, is it? Synth 2. Like a 16-bit game, apparently. Fanta orange keys. Sound like Maroon 5, that last one. That's interesting, because you got like sort of the grating metal to it. So that's actually pad piano, so that's pad 2. Yeah, I can imagine that. Minor to Go, it's classic. That's nice. Yeah, that's lovely. I do like that beat, but I'm not going to use that. Hold on, hold on. I think I've actually used that before. It's nice though. That's what I've got, so that's good. Yeah, that's cool. Spacey Bell. I've used that before, that's lovely. I mean, I like it. It's a bit slow, I think. Oh, I don't know now. I mean, it's the type of thing that I might put as the verse and then make the heavier one the guitar, but then I want something more interesting for the verse. I like that. I'm not sure if I could use that, if I was honest. What's that? That's another synth. Again, I quite like that kind of stuff, but... Right, we're about halfway through. nice. It's interesting. It's a weird cut in between the first and third parts there. I don't know what it is, you get a lot of Spanish guitar. People like playing that, I suppose. Lennox Beatmaker is always quite nice. Yeah, I mean, it's lovely. I don't think it's for this song, but that is quite nice. I'm going to save that. Kind of thing I'd go for. It's not quite right, I don't think, for this. Oh, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. What's that? Is that guitar? It's a guitar 3. I mean, that's nice enough and could work as a verse. Again, I'm not 100% sure that would go with the chorus I've got, but anyway. The Plague. That is catchy. He's always so funky, that Lennox Beatmaker. Okay, 3/4 of the way through. Oh, it's just lovely, isn't it? Oh, that's really nice. I'll save that. Oh my god, so you've got to... I think I'm going to have to save those two. Because that feels like a verse and a chorus already there. Maybe even a bridge there as well. I don't think it's... Those weren't for this, I don't think. Story of Asterix. That's cool. That's cool. Maybe a bit too picky on the guitar, I mean. Or maybe I'm being too picky. Trap or die piano. Nice. That's nice. Okay, I think last... Is that 25 odd? I suppose it's just luck of the draw sometimes. You know, you click on a certain BPM with a specific key and you get loads. But 200 is a good range, I think. I'm happy with that. It's nice. And that's it. Okay, so now I go to any key but pick drum, and then I want an interesting beat. So what I normally do is set that to loop. Oh, sorry folks. Loop. And then see if I can get a nice drum beat to it. I like that. That works as for now. Okay, so basically, once I've got a drum beat, I might go back and find some more. But if I've got a drum beat, then that's something for me to start, then, isn't it? So, okay, and then I drag all of these down across. So I've already got guitar 1, so I need drum and all these others. Okay, so here is my song now. Or here's the clay. Anyway, here's all the bits of it. So what I've got to do now is decide how I'm going to put this all together. I might edit stuff, put things in reverse, which I really love doing. I love reverse instruments. But now it's just finding out what works. So let's see if this drum beat actually works. I like that. Let's just limit that altogether. Apply. Put that to 15. Okay, so and then I go back to the poem and think about what works for it. We started on the same day. Boots shining, hair slicked back, hands soft. By the end of the first shift, we were firm friends. We played at Tinker, and I played as Taylor. The guard observed with a soldier's eye, bestowed by the spying foreman. And together we ventured through the void, down the rabbit's hole. I want to repeat that. Down the rabbit hole down the robot hole I follow Charlie Chaplin through the cog to feel better about myself in the new abstract of these modern times. So I might cut that in half if that's the verse. Okay, let's keep playing with it and see what happens. I do quite like that first thing though. I think what I might do is get the because I've often got a cymbal crash, just a standard one I use. Never needed to change it. Maybe I should really, but I don't know. Anyway, it's so loud. I always have to bring it down to like -20. Just bring that in. Okay. We started on the same day, boots shining, hair slicked back, hands soft. By the end of the first shift, we were firm friends. He played at tinker, and I played as tailor. The guard observed, the soldier's eye bestowed by the spying foreman. And together we ventured through the void, down the robot hole. I follow Charlie Chaplin through the cogs and feel better about myself in the new abstract of these modern times. We twisted through the grinding edges, the biting circumference, the ordered commerce. See, I kind of like no, I think that one is better. I think. Okay. So let's put that at the bottom. I mean, that one's okay, but I think I prefer that at the moment. Let's just repeat things. And then see what I can fit in. I mean, I might use that later anyway, so it's not a problem. Okay, let's try this. No, I don't like that now. I mean, it's very atmospheric, isn't it? It doesn't feel quite right, does it? I don't think. Although, that's quite nice. God observed the soldiers' eye bestowed by the spying foreman, and together we ventured through the void, down the robot hole. Charlie Chaplin through the cogs and feel better about myself in the new abstract of these modern times. What is clear? Oh, why? Clear. What? Clear. Why is that? I don't know why it's doing that. It's nice. It's better. So that goes there, I think. I like that, I think. Maybe for like Oh, I've been those. Okay. So at the moment, I've got this, and I've got maybe those for later on. Okay, so it's definitely going to be verse, chorus, break, chorus, chorus structure. So let's leave the poem for a while, and let's just make the basic layout of this. So just now, I just need to check this. Yeah, that's okay for now, I suppose. Okay, let's just see if it's not crackling or anything. Or, blipping. What's the word? Peaking. That's what I want, isn't it? That's the word I wanted. Fade out. Fade in. Okay, so I probably want only half of that for the chorus, don't I? So in fact, what I want is that end, second half. That doesn't make sense, does it? So why don't I just fading out the edges again? I don't know what I actually did there, but let's have a look. No, don't want to do that. That looks pretty good. Fade out, fade in. And then just here as well, and then I think that's those bits done at least. Yeah, that need a little bit, I think. Control Shift F to review everything. I think we're okay at the moment. So I want that doubled up, don't I? And then I want the chorus again. Okay, and that doubled there as well. I might put the drums back in there, but wait and see. Then we need some sort of verse for the break. So let's just put that there for now. But that might change, I don't know yet. Wait and see. And then I just need the choruses again. Just to double that up. And then some sort of outro, probably. And that's your 3-minute song, isn't it? Fade out. No, let's half that. Don't need it all, do I? And half it. And fade out. Okay, so at the moment, this is what we've got. Is that right? This is our song, yes? Let's only because I like it. I'm going to reverse that straight away and then see what it sounds like. So let's just do the whole song and see what happens. We started on the same day, boots shining, hair slicked back, hands soft. By the end of the first shift, we were firm friends. He played at Tinker and I played as Taylor. Already messed up the drum. I played as Taylor. The guard observed. Hopefully I haven't messed that up. The guard observed with the soldiers. I bestowed with the spying foreman. And together we ventured through the void, down the robot hole. I follow Charlie Chaplin through the cogs and feel better about myself in the new abstract of these modern times. We twisted through the grinding edges, the biting circumference, the ordered commerce, the promise of roots through a trust exercise. Within the beast's lair, a bell rings, lunch served is ignored as we follow our own path. Feet that drag now danced in the machine. The steel toes on lino floors were replaced with skin on oil. I follow Charlie Chaplin through the cogs and feel better about myself in the new abstract of these modern times. Cities hung like lamps in the windows, waiting for the books to be checked for a run on the market. As our bodies slide through the machinations, we came out the other side to the new abstract of these modern times. Puzzled, sweating, doubled over, but smiling. Oh, what the hell? I like that rhythm then. But smiling, I follow Charlie Chaplin through the cogs and feel better about myself in the new abstract of these modern times. I follow Charlie Chaplin through the cogs and feel better about myself in the new abstract of these modern times. I like that. I like the reverse as well. That's all wicked. I think I'd want to cut this line then, wouldn't I? Because it doesn't feel right using it there. We came on the other side. Maybe I could add more stuff here or slow that down. I did have to rush machinations anyway, so maybe I can move things around. But I'm relatively happy with that. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so now it's all about practicing what that is. Just let me just in reverse. Let's just double check that the reverse of the chorus, what that sounds like, just in case that sounds a little bit better. I don't know if it will, but it's worth a go. Oh, oh, that's a happy accident, is it? The reverse drums sound wicked. Do I have the same drums? Because there were two parts, and I'll have to fiddle that. But anyway, okay. So this is the drums reverse, which is very cool. So let's change the name of that. And let's see what it sounds like with that as well. Although I kind of like that first, just that reverse drum. That sounded really, really cool. Cities hung like lamps in the windows, waiting for the books to be checked for a run on the market. As our bodies slide through the machinations, we came out the other side, puzzled, sweating, doubled over, but smiling. I follow Charlie Chaplin through the cogs and feel better about myself in this new abstract of these modern times. That's cool. That's cool. I'll have to think about that. I'm not 100% sold on the break just yet. But this is the basic structure then, isn't it? Of the song. Let's have one more run through. We started on the same day, boots shining, hair slicked back, hands soft. By the end of the first shift, we were firm friends. He played at Tinker, and I played as Tailor. The guard observed the soldiers I bestowed by the spying foreman, and together we ventured through the void, down the rabbit hole. I follow Charlie Chaplin through the cogs and feel better about myself in the new abstract of these modern times. We twisted through the grinding edges, the biting circumference, the ordered commerce, the promise of roots through a trust exercise. Within the beast lair, a bell rings, lunch served is ignored as we follow our own path. Feet that drag now dance in the machine. The steel toes and lino floors were replaced with skin on oil. I follow Charlie Chaplin through the cogs and feel better about myself in this new abstract of these modern times. Cities hung like lamps in the windows, waiting for the books to be checked for a run on the market. As our bodies slide through the machinations, we came out the other side, puzzled, sweating, doubled over, but smiling. I follow Charlie Chaplin through the cogs and feel better about myself in the new abstract of these modern times. I follow Charlie Chaplin through the cogs and feel better about myself in the new abstract of these modern times. I'm quite happy with that. I still need to work on the reverse bit. I'm not sold on that, so I'm going to go straight into the reverse of that, I think, but keep the reverse drums for the second half. I think that's best. So get rid of that, and reverse that. Although sometimes what I find is that the reversed sections need to be volumed differently, if that makes sense. So I will have to break that through instead. So there's the break. Right, verse, drums, chorus at the moment, same. Break, reverse drums. I think that's better overall. That's wicked. Let's just check whether the drum had a different second half. That's what I want to hear. No, I don't think it did. Stuff it. Okay, folks. So let's just check all the levels for various things. So audio should be under. So instrument should be about 18, 17. So that peaks at 16, which is a bit odd. Does that need to be limited? I think maybe it does. Let's limit it. Let's put it down all the way to 7.5. That'll have to do. Otherwise it's going to be messed up. Okay. Drums should be about 15, so that's too high. That was quite sparse drums, wasn't it? Is that why I put it up? I think that's fine. Oof, that's not loud enough at all, is it? Nice. That wasn't limited, was it? Okay. Okay, so now that I've got the rough structure of the song, of course I might fiddle around with it or replace things, but that's roughly it, isn't it? So what's that? That's 2 minutes 48, so that's pretty good. Now that I've got a demo version 1 of the song, then I go back to the lyrics and then fine-tune those and change it, because of course, but lyrics and poems are different, and they need to serve the song once they become lyrics. So let's just keep doing that. We started on the same day. Boots shining, hair slicked back, hands soft. By the end of the first shift, we were firm friends. Just check something at the start again. We started on the same day. Boots shining, hair slicked back, hands soft. By the end of the first shift, we were firm friends. He played at tinker, and I played as tailor, the guard observer, the soldier's eye bestowed by the spying foreman, and together we ventured through the void, down the robot hole. I follow Charlie Chaplin through the cogs and feel better about myself in the new abstract of these modern times. We twisted through the grinding edges, the biting circumference, the ordered commerce, the promise of roots through a trust exercise. Within the beast's lair, a bell rings, lunch served is ignored as we follow our own path. Feet that drag now dance in the machine. The steel-toed lino floors were replaced with skin on oil. I follow Charlie Chaplin through the cogs and feel better about myself in the new abstract of these modern times. Cities hung like lamps in the windows, waiting for the books to be checked for a run on the market. As our bodies slid through the machinations, we came out the other side, puzzled, sweating, doubled over, but smiling. I follow Charlie Chaplin through the cogs and feel better about myself in the new abstract of these modern times. I follow Charlie Chaplin through the cogs and feel better about myself in the new abstract of these modern times. I think that's cool. Okay, what I usually do is export that just as a quick demo MP3. I might listen to it and play around with it, and then at this point I'd probably record the vocals to it. So right now I'm just using a webcam with the mic, but I've got a proper, sorry, squirrel. I've got a proper mic stand here that sort of records it better. But yeah, I'm happy with that. That's pretty cool. I'll keep working on the poem and the lyrics for it and see how it goes from there. Okay, folks, thanks very much. I think that'll do. We're coming up to an hour. I think that's enough. Thanks very much. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this happens in further recordings, how it changes. Because this is I mean, I've been doing these recordings for these poetic drafting processes for maybe 6 months now, maybe a little bit more. I don't know, actually. But this is the first time I've actually, and I've made songs based on those tracks before, but then just recorded the song and added it to the playlist. But now this is the first time I've gone through the process. It's been interesting for me just thinking about my own processes and why I'm doing these things and whether they work or not. But anyway, that's it for today. I'm probably going to try again tomorrow and take it from there. See you later.